Welcome to the Unity Center of Pittsburgh. So nice to see so many excited faces. We have a great service for you today. My name is Bobbi, Konefal-Shaer. I'll be your service leader today. We also have on board Reverend Arlene Meyer, who will be talking with us about what she learned or what I learned from Jesus. Now, she'll tell you her point of view on this. It's not what you expect. And our musicians today are Lucy Clabby and Myla Shadle. So glad to have them. So I welcome each and every one of you. We're almost all seated now. Yeah, we're filling up those seats. And welcome to those of you who are viewing us from home this morning. It's great to have you as well. Let's start with our mission and vision. For we here at the Unity Center of Pittsburgh envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. And our mission? We are an inclusive, loving, growing community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. And our number one song today?
Golden. Our number one song. You guys want to stand and join me? Get some energy on this beautiful Sunday morning. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go, it will take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing it loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be high stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm holding on to my freedom, can't take it from me. I was born into it, it comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing His glory. Hope He's proud of me. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden.
So before you sit down, say hello to someone and know that they and you are golden. All right, we've got two great messages. We are golden, and we are connected to one another. Let's just grab those two threads and braid them together with a great big breath and know that we can apply the principles of truth in our lives. Our words are golden. We've been endowed with wonderful powers just because we are sons and daughters of the King. How does that make us different than anyone else who walks this planet? It's because we know. So let us breathe in the awareness, the knowing that we can be whoever it is we choose to be. We can fill our lives with loving, with kindness, with prosperity and health. It's as if the King himself bestowed us with the crown of gold and said, whatever it is you want is yours. Just follow me. And so it is. While we're in this quietish mood, let's do something symbolic. Not that one. This is our unity candle. We light it each week as a symbol of the light that shines within each one of us. It's not that this candle is so special. You can light a candle at home as well. But remember that you have the light of the world within. So as we light our unity candle, we also recite our unity principles. So with me, God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them every day, day by day.
Sounds like a request. Would you guys like to sing Day by Day? Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day. Day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, to follow thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day. One more time. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, by day by day by day.
Yes, we do it day by day. And daily, we also say the daily word. If you are lucky enough to get this little subscription in your mail or on your phone, you get to read the daily word like most of us do. And today's word is authentic. Authentic. Don't we strive to it? I live proudly as my authentic self. One of the best ways to feel the fullness of my divinity is to express the uniqueness of my humanity. There is no one on earth who is exactly like me, no one who has my history and experiences, no one who has my particular talents and gifts. I make the world a richer place when I show up as the person I am. If I'm too timid to share my gifts, if I carry shame or regret about my past, or if I feel afraid to let others see the real me, I'm not being my authentic self. Authenticity means being who I am with confidence. I am a divine being, a child of God. I take my place in the world with joy, knowing I belong here just as much as everyone else. Rooted in my divinity, I celebrate my humanity by being my authentic self. And from Romans, for all who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. So let us affirm our authentic selves 3 times with this affirmation. I live proudly as my authentic self. I live proudly as my authentic self. I live proudly as my authentic self. And here at Unity, we believe in prayer. We know it works. And you will find in the sleeves of the chairs in front of you, you'll find little prayer slips. Feel free to fill one out today. If you would like to make your prayer request last a little bit longer than our prayer time here together. But if you would, recall to mind whatever it is that's falling heavy on your shoulders these days. If there's a need for prayer or for change in some way, a change in attitude, a change in direction, a plea for help, a need of some kind. Let's crystallize those needs, those desires of our hearts. Write them down or hold them in your mind as we pray together. Today we affirm wholeness, for we are whole, complete human beings, endowed with everything we need to live our successful lives. And as we realize we are whole, we know that our friends, our loved ones, all that we see are whole human beings as well. Whether they're doing the activities we like or not, we see them as whole and complete. So if there are issues in your body temple, see it as whole and complete. Know that our bodies know how to heal as we breathe in every moment the goodness, the godness of spirit. With every breath, we know that we increase the goodness in our lives. We increase the love in our lives, the prosperity in our lives, as long as we stay on that positive beam. It's not as though we ignore the bad or the difficult, but through our thinking, we transform it. So as our collective thinking transforms the difficulties that we bring to this situation, we take a deep breath and know that it is good. Amen. And if you filled out those prayer requests, you can put them in the basket when we take up our collection later. And I think we're ready for a song, huh?
I think so. Bobbi already foreshadowed this song in her little prayer she did for us before service, but if you'd like to join us, we're going to sing I Start My Day with Love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I feel peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I feel joy, joy, joy. Oh, joy, joy, joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. Oh, yeah. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love.
Yes, indeed. And that's why we're together, yeah? So we can start it off in a beautiful way. Well, I invite you now to join with us in meditation. So find yourself a comfortable way of sitting. That usually means without your feet crossed, with your hands available to receive. Make sure you're balanced and upright. And let's take a few deep breaths together. So in the inhale, stretch up that spine. And as you exhale, fold back down just a little bit and release. And again, let's inhale. Feel that tingling coming into you. It's this preciousness of spirit just for you. And now relax on the exhale into your chair. For our time here, the time we spend in meditation, the time we spend with our God selves, is joy time, peace time, release time. For in this time, we plant the seeds of our heart's desires. So if there's a pain or a concern or something that's weighing heavily on you, don't ignore it. Accept that it's there. It's part of your consciousness today, part of my consciousness today. But bring it with you and know that solutions are found when we commune with our higher selves. This is our time. Our time to experience ourselves with all the good that's been endowed upon us. There is no undeserving, no limit. This is our time. Delicious time together. And if distractions come up, yes, they do. Judgments, criticisms, planning, all that intellectual stuff. We thank our intellect. It's doing its job. And just give it a nudge and say, thanks, intellect. I can take care of this. For I am communing with my highest self. In this peaceful place, we touch our innermost selves. And find our limitlessness. We see ourselves jumping over barriers. No barriers can prevent the good from coming to us. As God's beloved children, we have the strength, the enthusiasm, and the wisdom that we need to overcome any limiting pattern, any adverse condition, or challenging situation. I invite you to picture now what you look like as the triumphant winner of your heart's desire. Maybe that starts with an I am statement. I am strong. I am powerful. I am connected. I am supported. For a moment now, quietly. So with the next breath, see yourself living without the conditions that you've limited yourself to, with a true sense of purpose, and know that God's grace shines down on you as it does every day, and that you are connected to your source. And so it is. And as we come out of that meditation together, we're going to have an amazing song, huh? So let that sun shine. Lucy
It's
and
going to
Lila.
be even more amazing because I'm going to ask you guys to help me with this one. So if you aren't familiar, this is Aquarius / Let the Sun Shine, which is the version that combines the two songs. So halfway through, the vibe is going to shift, and we're going to start singing Let the Sun Shine in. So even if you have no idea what's going on in the first half, you'll pick up what's going on in the second half, and I need you to help sing along. I'm going to start low, we're going to build it up, so just join in whenever you feel like it, and let that sun shine in, okay? Let's do it.
When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abound.
Thank you. We were back. We were back in the age of Aquarius. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Lucy and Mila. You know, this Sunday service was created for you, to inspire you, to uplift you, and we thank you for your generous donations to support this spiritual ministry. Well, I am so pleased and excited to introduce our minister of record, a really special person that we've brought in to be with us, to advise us, to teach us. And her name is Reverend Arlene Meyer. And she's quite special. I know you'll find that's true. She's about to get up and tell us today what I learned from Jesus. Reverend Arlene.
Learn that I'm very short, so I don't like to stand behind there, because then you can't see me. I look like the Talking Heads. You know the group, the Talking Heads? That's what I look like, the Talking Heads. Anyway, so let me get some more while you're here, because I move around a lot, so. All right, so, I have to tell you a little bit about myself. So first of all, I grew up Jewish, so just get that away. And then I became an atheist for a lot of reasons. And I'm going through my life not believing in anything. And as a result of a 12-step program, I had a spiritual experience, and I came to understand that there was a higher power. And that higher power was love. But I didn't quite get, what that was exactly, because and I met a friend. I was reading someone had told me to read Sermon on the Mount by Emmett Fox. So I read this book, and I fell in love with Emmett Fox, and I was giving this girl a ride to meetings, and she was an Emmett Fox person. And so she said to me, "Oh, you need to come to my church with me, because if you like Emmett Fox, you would like my church. I go to this Unity church." And I said, "I don't do church." I said, it's one thing that I've come to believe in a higher power, but my mother was brought up Orthodox, and she will be rolling over in a grave if I walk into a church. And she says, "My church meets in a synagogue." I was like, "Oh, I think I can do that." So she actually asked me 3 times. I said no. The 3rd time I said yes. And I came, and I was fascinated because people were talking my language. They were talking about what I already had experienced and what I believed. And it went really well with 12-step stuff. And so I don't know. They made an announcement that there was a retreat happening in Unity Village. I knew nothing about Unity Village, Unity whatever, but it was like an excuse to go away. So I'll just tell you this. My mother, when I was young, said I was left on the doorstep by gypsies. I love to travel. I move around a lot. So I thought, I've never been to Kansas City. I think I'll go to Kansas City. And so I go to Unity, and the first thing I see when you drive up, and this is 1993, about 1993, 92, was this big sign that said, Unity School of Practical Christianity. And I went, wait a minute here. No one told me I had to be Christian. I am not going to believe in Jesus. There's just no way I am going to believe in Jesus. And because my mother will never forgive me. From her grave, she will haunt me. So I thought, well, I'm going to go with an open mind to this retreat. So one of the first things we did at this retreat was a white stone ceremony. How many people have done a white stone ceremony? So what you have a white stone, and it's based on something in the Bible that says that a name will come to you that will be written on this stone. And that is your name. That is a message for you that you are going to carry with you forever. So go into meditation, and we're meditating, and you have a pencil that you write on this little white stone. And all of a sudden, this word comes to me, way shower. If you know anything, one of the names for Jesus is Way Shower, because he came to show us the way. I'm like, where did this go? I never even heard Way Shower. Like I said, I didn't grow up Christian, so I write Way Shower on there. I'm not quite sure what Way Shower is. I knew it had something to do with Jesus, and I talked to someone afterward, and that's when I found out that was one of Jesus' names. I thought, oh, I can believe in Jesus as a way shower. I can believe that he came to show me a certain way to live in this life, whatever, but I am not going to the other side, with the Son of God, blooded. I'm not going there. So we're in a workshop, and the workshop is on the prodigal son. I went, here they go again, throwing Jesus at me. I mean, my God, I thought this was like just a whatever. I didn't know what unity was at that time. I was pretty new. And so we did this workshop, and what we were told, and what I have learned, is that unity believes in the metaphysical understanding of the Bible, meaning that everything that's written in the Bible, rather than taking it literally, has a meaning underneath it, which is what is personal for each one of us. And it's the actual word metaphysical means standing under physical. It's what's underneath the physical, because we tend to look at the world through our five senses as opposed to our inner sense. And so we go in this workshop, and the guy explains, he says, every character in the Bible is you. There's a part of you in every Bible character. So what I want you to do is I want you to decide which one of the three main characters in the prodigal son is you. He said, so we have the father. The father is the head of the household, the big honcho, really is God in the story. That's what Jesus meant. And the father does this forgiving. And so maybe there's somebody in your life you need to forgive. Maybe you've been holding a resentment, whatever. And if you feel that's something you need to do, then you're going to be the father. Or maybe you are the elder son, the one that stayed at home and did everything right, the perfect child, my older sister. I was a middle child. I was not the perfect child by any means. But my older sister was the elder son in that story. Your straight A's, always did everything right. And some of you are going to relate to the prodigal son. That's the kid who doesn't do what the parents want him to do. That's the kid that dances to their own tune, is going off to the far land and doing whatever they feel like doing. So he divided us up. And he had the fathers stand up on the stage. It was in the chapel at Unity. And the father stood up on the stage, and sitting over there in judgment were the elder sons, who were really angry, because when you hear the story, you'll understand why. And then the prodigal kids, the kids that went off to the far land. And they are going to come up on the stage, and they're going to be greeted by, this was such an emotional thing. I mean, everybody was crying. I can't even tell you how many tissues I went through. But what I saw in the prodigal son was a story of God's appearance, or his love for us. There's a story, because God doesn't leave us. So, it's our consciousness of God. So there's a story. There's a husband and wife, and they're sitting in the car. They've been married a long time. The wife is sitting all the way over by the door, as far away as she could get from the husband. The husband's behind the wheel driving, and they stop at a red light, and next to is this young couple that is obviously young in love. She's sitting right next to the guy. She's almost on top of the guy. They're kissing and hugging and whatever. And the wife looks at this young couple, and she says to the husband, she says, why don't you do that anymore? And he goes, I haven't moved. This is our relationship with God. God never moves. It's only us that walks away from God. So the prodigal son is a perfect story of that, and we're going to look at this. I actually know the story almost by heart, but so it's actually called the parable of the lost son. So Jesus, and when Jesus was teaching this, he was trying to teach this about reconciliation and forgiveness, because no matter what he taught to the people at the time, they didn't want to believe him. So he told them stories, parables, as a way to explain something that they were thick-headed and they just couldn't get. So it goes, Jesus continued, there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, "Father, give me my share of the estate." So he divided his property between them. Now, let me just say something here. There is no way in a nice Jewish home that the father would probably give his younger son half the stuff. But what it's saying is the father thought, okay, you want to go off, I'm going to give you half of everything now, and you can go off and do whatever you want to do. So the son, being a good prodigal son, takes his belongings, all of his inheritance, and he goes off. And it says, not long after that, the younger son got all he had, set off for a distant country, and squandered his wealth in wild living. Now, a distant country means somewhere other than with God. So he goes off and he squanders everything he has in wild living. Well, folks, that was me. I took my inheritance, not my physical inheritance from my parents, but the inheritance, which is of God, and I went off to a far land and squandered it all. All. Definitely. And after he had spent everything, meaning he no longer has anything left, whatever he had is gone. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He had longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. Now, you have to understand that Jesus was Jewish. He wasn't born Christian, which is a whole nother story. He was Jewish, and a nice Jewish boy, pigs were the lowest of the low you could get. Pigs are like, you don't even touch pigs. You don't go near pigs. They wouldn't play football today, because they will not touch a pigskin. He not only lives with the pigs, he is willing to eat what the pigs eat. This is so low, folks. This shows how low this son had gotten. So he's at this end of his rope, right? He has no hope. And then he says, I think, he gets this idea. He gets a thought, which is not his thought. I think I'm going to go back to my father, because even the servants in my father's house have more than I have. So I'm going to go back to my father. I'm going to beg for forgiveness, because I have done this terrible thing, and on top of everything, I've been living with pigs. My father's never going to forgive me. So that happens a lot to us. Some people, happen to me, it may not happen to some of you, but you get to a point in your life where you reach a bottom and you think, God will never forgive me. There's no way I can have any kind of relationship with God and be forgiven for the things I do. But he has this thought, I think I'll go back to my father. So for me, in my life, I had reached a point of a bottom, and I had this thought, I think I'm going to try praying. I don't know to what, because people kept telling me to pray, 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 and I kept saying, I don't pray. They said, get on your knees. I said, I grew up Jewish. We didn't pray on our knees. I'm not getting on my knees. I'm not praying, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, at a point, just like with that prodigal son, I felt I wanted to die. I had no other choice but to try that. And when I did, I had this amazing experience. So where did that thought come from all of a sudden? The same thing with the prodigal son. Where does he get this thought, feeling really bad about himself, that he's going to go to the father? So he heads back to his father. But what the story tells us is his father, seeing him from a distance, goes and greets him. You see, God, when we begin to try and reach a connection with God, God comes rushing to us. That was my experience. Once I became willing to make that choice to try and have a connection, I felt this like rush of God, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, just surrounding me. And what I felt was complete forgiveness. Complete forgiveness, complete, like this huge weight was taken off. And so in the story, the father is so happy his son comes back. Not only does he run after him and welcome him, but he says, let's have a party. You know, let's get a fatted calf and we're going to party. We're going to invite everybody, invite the kids' friends, invite everybody. Now, the older son, which was my sister, who we almost had the same type of thing, goes, wait a minute here, I've been a good kid. I've been here, I've been doing everything you asked me to do. I got straight A's in school, I did whatever you asked me to do in the house. I have been living the good life. How come he gets a fatted calf, and I'm lucky if I get a goat? Now, a goat compared to a fatted calf is obviously not worth that much. And the father says to him, he was lost, and now he is found. You have always been in my heart. I have always loved you. Because God, we know, God is one presence, one power. God doesn't have favorites. He loves those who have been faithful. He loves those who have not been faithful. He loves us all the same way. What happens is, for those prodigal sons, they have this realization that they are okay. Because we are all children of God. We know that, right? We know that. God is within all of us. The presence of God is within all of us. Whether we remember it or not, we don't have to know it. All we have to believe is that there is some power and they know it. So I'm a movie buff. I live my life by movies. All kinds, animated, whatever, it doesn't matter. And there was a movie years ago called The Mission. How many people saw it with Robert De Niro? And fabulous movie. The music, it was mostly known for its music. There's not a lot of words. So Robert De Niro plays this Spanish soldier who, and this takes place in South America, and he has done a lot of bad things. I mean, he killed his own brother who had cheated with Robert De Niro's wife, and he caught them. He killed his brother. He killed a lot of natives. He stole. He was a terrible person. And he is so laden with guilt and remorse that, and he's met this Jesuit priest who works with the natives, and he feels like he has to do something to help be forgiven. So he takes all his armor and his swords and his helmet and all this heavy metal stuff and puts it in a big net and carries it. And they are going through the jungle. They are traveling far, going up to where these natives live. That Robert De Niro was always killing these people. So he is lugging all of this burden. Well, you know, when we carry old resentments with us, and we carry old guilt, and we carry old stuff, that's like carrying that big thing with us. And it weighs us down, and it keeps us from possibly having any experience of a higher power. So this is the scene. Robert De Niro is carrying all this stuff. He's going with the Jesuits. He's heading up to the Indians who he has been killing and stealing their stuff. And this is the scene from the movie, hopefully. That is a perfect example of being forgiven and reconciled with higher power. In this case, he was reconciled with the people that he actually fought against. And we are all prodigal sons in some ways. We're also all the elder son, no matter what we were like, and we're also God. Because very often we have to be forgiven, but very often we hold something against someone else. And I once read that when we hold something against somebody else, it is like driving around with garbage in your car. After a while, that garbage really stinks. The longer you drive around with that garbage, the more it stinks. Until you realize all you have to do is roll down the windows and throw it out. But until we get that thought that it's up to us. So Robert De Niro's character did not know what he needed. All he knew was that he needed to do something. And eventually he does become a Jesuit. He actually changes his entire life. Because that's what happens when we get that experience of coming back to God, to our higher power, whatever, and having that feeling of forgiveness. And that's why it's so important for us to forgive others. It doesn't matter what someone's done to you. I don't want to hear what someone did to you, blah, 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 blah. Everybody has somebody that has done things that were not good to them. But we are the ones that suffer when we don't forgive. They don't suffer. We suffer. So I'd like you to close your eyes for a minute and think about the story of the prodigal son. And right now in your life, what character are you? Is there something in your life that you need to forgive something? You need to be forgiven? Is there someone that you did something to and they haven't forgiven you or whatever? Or is there somebody you have to forgive? Something you've been holding on to? Or maybe you've always tried to do the right thing. And what you're holding on to is a resentment to someone who maybe hasn't done the right thing in their life, but yet seems to be reaping the rewards in life. It doesn't matter which character we are. They are all one, because they are all part of God, and God is part of them. It is time to let go of whatever it is that we are carrying that is keeping us from conscious contact with the God of our understanding. It is time to let go of the past and step into the present. For it is in the present that we can truly experience the presence. And it is in the experience of the presence that we truly get to know and experience God. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much, Reverend Arlene. Well, it's now time for our prosperity practice. We continue to grow and manifest prosperity in infinite ways. If you've joined us today for the first time, please let us know, and we will introduce yourselves to us, and you'll receive a welcome packet that we have stored out in the hallway. If you're visiting with us for the first time online, say hello in chat so we know that you're there. And we thank you, Divine Creator, for the blessings that continue to unfold here in our church. Now I invite you to take your offering in your hand and say with me our prosperity prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And as the ushers collect our gifts, our musicians will be singing Simple Gifts. And don't forget to put your prayer request forms in the baskets as they come by.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, to be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come out right. Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, to be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come out right. One more time. Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, to be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come out right.
We have some announcements for us. Coming up soon on Sunday, August 17th, right here at the Unity Center of Pittsburgh, after the service from 1 o'clock till 3, 1 o'clock Mondays, we'll be performing in concert with our own Ronnie Weiss. Please bring a dish to share that we'll nosh on between the service and the concert. It will be $20 a person. More information on the website. Yes, Ronnie? Aha! Discounted for us only, $10.
$10 is a suggested donation, and if that's not okay, then it's okay. Just come here and use it.
Okay, thank you, Ronnie. Coming up also that same day is the ARE picnic. So that happens at Doug and Judy Canuvin's house, and it's on August 17th. That's a fun-filled day with complimentary burgers and hot dogs and soft drinks, and you'll be in the company of the ARE folk who believe in they're the Association of Research and Enlightenment, who really like following Edgar Cayce's journey and his foretellings. And coming up also in September, we have forest bathing in Frick Park. That would be Saturday, September 13th from 9:30 till noon. It says to treat yourself to a couple of hours of serenity during a beautiful autumn morning. Our folks will be meeting at the corner of Forbes and Braddock at that playground there, and that's $10 per person. People who went last year and the year before loved it. Yeah. So those are our announcements, and I think we can finish up with our peace song. Yes, Marian? Uh-huh. Thank you, Marian. Unity World Day of Prayer, September 11th. Is that a Wednesday here? Thursday, 6:30. 6:30 to 7:30. We'll be setting up here to pray, yeah? With the rest of the Unity folks in the world, right? Wherever they are. Okay, let's stand and kind of pull the peace song together with us.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with thee.
I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you for being here. Greet a friend.